Today I will be talking about Chapter 4 of The Object Stares Back by James Elkins. It is entitled Seeing Bodies, and in it Elkins discusses the phenomenon of visual analogies and seeing bodies in objects in everyday life that in actuality have nothing whatsoever to anything similar to humans. In Chapter 4, Elkins states that we need to see figures that are like bodies, and ultimately, we need the bodies themselves. When I see a form, any shape at all, I'm also seeing a body. Elkins says that our eyes are built to seek out complete figures, and this is representative of the human desire for wholeness. Elkins uses the example of a seahorse. He states that, I know that it's not a human body, but I cannot help myself when I look at it. I see the arched back, the lanky neck, the pert upturned buttocks, and mincing feet. It's weird, this little aquatic body, but only because I make it so by referring it to human bodies. I see a clownish hallucination where I should be seeing fish parts. He calls these body metaphors. He says that there is a desire at work here, perhaps the most primal desire of all. We prefer to have bodies in front of us or in our hands, and if we can't have them, we continue to see them as after-images or ghosts. So pretty much, whenever we see things like, say, seahorses, we see human body because, as you said earlier, we have a desire for wholeness. He uses of a house. Now, this is a real house. It's not. It looks like the Flintstone house, but it is in fact a real house. And he says that houses, the features of houses also look like human features to his mind. For example, he says the eaves are like hair, the doors like a mouth, the window can be an eye. Things like that. Now, to relate Elkins' work to my life, I have found body metaphors in cars. To be more specific, I have always had this tendency to give cars genders based off of certain characteristics, such as the shape of their headlights, or the overall shape of the car, or perhaps the front grille looks like teeth. So, in this example, I see a woman with lowered eyelashes. The shape of the car is distinctly feminine in my opinion, but for this specific, I see the red part of the light as the lowered eyelashes and the white part above as the eyeshadow, much like the photo. In another example of a semi-truck, I see an old man, like Mr. Fredrickson. The headlights remind me of his square glasses, the front grille could be his dentures, the curved exhaust pipes near the front of the truck are like these glasses going over his ears, and the entire shape of the front end of this truck is very square, exactly like Mr. Fredrickson's face. In another example, here the front lights are very narrow, very pretty, and it reminds me of a woman with narrow eyes, probably of Asian descent, though I don't want to stereotype. And the small front grille kind of reminds me of a small mouth, perhaps with lipstick on. So I see this car as very feminine, the shape is very sleek. And in my final example, we have my car, a green bug. Now the shape is round and feminine. The color is pastel green, which in my opinion is a very feminine color. You wouldn't see many guys driving a bright green bug. The headlights are wide set, which reminds me of very wide eyes, and I've actually seen a bug with 3 little eyelash stickers right above the lights to add to the femininity. And as a final example of my car's femininity, my roommate is on top of the car demonstrating how much she loves the green bug. Now, just to make sure you don't think that I'm crazy or over-imaginative, I found some body metaphor examples in mass media as well. The first, as you can see, is of the famous Chevron cars. This is a station wagon, and it has eyelashes and a cute smile, and it suggests to me a soccer mom picking up the kids, just your average person, average family. And the final example is from the movie Cars, throwing in some Pixar love. And in Cars, Pixar did things a little bit differently. They had the windshield be the eyes instead of the headlights, which I feel gives the car a more expressive look. The eyes can move, whereas in the examples I found, the eyes are always stationary. But if you notice, the eyes all look the same, so they use the mouth for uniqueness. Sally's is very small, Lightning McQueen has a confident smile, and Mater has his teeth sticking out, which you would not see in any other example.